Welcome back to Offroad Outlaws, guys, and in this video, we're jumping back into the brand new update, and we're going to be checking out the new Land Rover Defender. Now, this guy is one of the latest vehicles to be dropped into the game with the new update, and I have actually not messed around with this vehicle yet at all whatsoever. Not in any streams, not in any videos. This is literally my very first experience of the Defender in Offroad Outlaws. So we're going to go ahead and go through the color options real quick that you can find over there on the right, and really, at the end of the day, I'm not quite sure what I'd like to start out with. I kind of like this sort of bronzish, like desert tan. Seems like a pretty fitting color to start with, so we'll do that, and then if we want to adjust the color later, we can. Now, we've got our tow truck ready right here, just in case we need to rescue anything, but let's go back to the Defender and go straight to the upgrades, and we're going to go ahead and max everything out. And I mean max everything out. Power's maxed out, grip is maxed out, weight reduction is maxed out, and I think in terms of torque, I think I'm definitely going to go ahead and do the diesel swap. We'll max out the durability as well, throw an e-brake in there, and then wait, I said install. Thank you. I was going to say, wait, full stage 4 turbo setup. I don't know why it decided to uninstall it. I guess it did not think that I clicked the spot that I clicked. Either way, now it's time to handle first of all, our engine tune and our dyno run. It's most likely going to be pretty on par with what other diesel swapped vehicles make, but it's always good to know. 705 horsepower and 1,186 foot-pounds of torque. So yeah, it's pretty on par with what most diesel swapped vehicles in Offroad Outlaws make. So suspension-wise, you're starting off with a standard solid axle type. You have a monster type that you can use if you want. Trophy type, you can even go for trophy heavy duty if you want to. You have solid pro, which is solid pro heavy duty is going to be our move for this thing, because when I think Defender, especially when I think modified Defender, I think trail riding / rock crawling. Now, granted, you could turn this into a monster truck, you could turn it into a mud truck, you can turn it into whatever you want, but personally for me, that's what I think of when I think of modified Defenders, is gnarly trails, maybe rock obstacles, maybe some mud thrown in here and there, but that's just what comes to mind for me right off the bat. So solid axle pro, heavy duty in the back as well, and that's going to go ahead and get done. So max out these suspension stages all the way up to stage 5, and I'm thinking that at the end of the day, the axis width for this thing is probably going to be good at about, I'm going to say like 0.5, but it all depends on what tire size we're going to end up going with. So let's see, we'll say 0.4. What do we add in the front? 0.5? Okay. 0.5 in the back looks like cartoonishly wide, but I promise that it will start to make sense a little bit later on in the build. So we're going to max out our travel, and once our travel is maxed, we're actually going to bring our suspension stiffness back down. We're starting at 15,000. I'm going to bring it down to like 11,000 because I still want to have some of that lift height, but I don't want to be, I don't necessarily want the suspension to be too stiff. So let's see. We'll bring that down to about 11K in the back. Also kind of levels it out and makes it pretty even. Now, shocks-wise, I'm going to go for, let's see, option 3. And then we're going to bring those up to about a 1.5. And shock 3 basically gives you an independent reservoir up there. You can't really see it on this vehicle, but that's okay. So I'm going to bring that up to about 1.5. And I'm thinking, let's see, axle and brake type, I'm not going to mess with right now. And then damping, I'm going to put at about 2,800, just in case, if we wanted to do maybe some high-speed jumps with this thing. I'm going to put it at about 2,800 front and rear, and we'll go from there and see what it feels like. So now, I'm going to go into the customization options, because I want to get a clear idea of how much tire I can fit underneath it. So let's cut the fenders out, and then we'll come back in, and we'll actually cut the fenders out, and remove the front bumper, because like I said, we're going full crawler on this thing. That's about all we're going to do in the visuals right now. I'm going to apply those. We're going to go back into the tuning, and then we're going to go ahead and set our wheel and tire size up. So don't worry, we're going to go back into the rest of the visual customizations later, but for now, I just wanted to see what kind of clearance I could expect. So we're going to max out the wheels and tires, and in the front, we're going to go for a radius of about, I'm thinking, I still want a little bit of room for flex, so like high 1.2. High 1.2 seems about solid for me. So width-wise, we'll go with a 1.3, maybe like a 1.4. 1.4 seems like it would work pretty well. Now, these are going to be pretty big tires. I mean, even for the size of this thing, these are going to be pretty big in comparison to the actual lift height. So you know, we may have a little bit of like, if this was a real build, we might have a little bit of a rubbing issue, but I don't know. I mean, in Offroad Outlaws, it doesn't really make that much difference. Oh my God. I mean, it would rub like crazy in real life, but look at the amount of flex it has. Oh my God. You want to talk about a stuffed tire? Dude, that's all the way up. That's literally all the way up, and the rear axle is still on the ground. Oh my God, the rear tire is literally like in the tub of the vehicle. Holy smokes, that is nuts. Okay, well, I definitely could say that we've figured out our flex setup. That is for dang sure. So I'm going to say 3.3 first gear, 2.1 second gear, let's see, 1.6 third, and 1.2 fourth, and 0.9 fifth, with a, let's see, I don't know, maybe like a, we'll leave it as a 2.0 low. That should work fairly well. I'm kind of playing around with a different gearing setup than normal on this thing, but I think it'll be okay. So now back into the body customization. We've got that done already. I want to see what these exo options are. Let's see. You could do a full exo cage if you wanted, but I think I'm going to go with a standard roof rack. I think I like how that looks. And then let's see. Side steps. I'll throw some rock sliders on it. Totally down to throw some rock sliders on it. And then maybe some... yeah, I'll definitely throw some old school lighting up top. Get the snorkel on there for good measure. And exhaust options wise, since it's diesel swapped, I kind of want, well, let's see. Oh, you could literally put like a single exit exhaust right there. Oh, that's freaking great. I love that. Bro, I love that. That's awesome. Okay, front winch. There's not really anything for it to mount to, but we'll imagine that there is. And then, let's see, white HIDs, and we'll do a repair pack in the back. And should we throw the tow mirrors on there? I mean, I guess we could. I mean, greater visibility-ish. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if it makes much difference. Now, wheels-wise, let's see. I feel like I want this one to have some fairly old-school-ish wheels, but then again, a modern beadlock-style wheel I think would look really good on it as well. And I like these because they've kind of got that blocky spoke design, but they're also not overdone. They're not over the top. So I'm thinking maybe like a metallic gray on the wheels themselves. And then what we'll do is we'll match the bead color pretty closely to the color that we end up settling on for the vehicle itself. Now, let me see. Ooh, that's like a gold. That's like a yellowish gold. I actually really like that. Like, I really, really like that. So now let me go back to the wheels, go to the bead, and metallic. And it's going to have to be just a little closer to orange there. Just a little darker. There, that's it. That's pretty close. I mean, that's about as close as I feel like it's going to want to get. So that's obviously way too orange, but that's close enough. Yeah, that's close enough, I would say. Yeah, not bad. I think it's coming together really well, actually. So now, in terms of tires, I want a lot of rock capability. I mean, like, I want some proper freaking rock capability. So, yeah, these are definitely going to be the best option for that. And they do really well in a lot of other areas as well. But I think in terms of an all-round tire, they're not quite as good as some of the others. But when it comes to rocks, these things are, they're massive. They absolutely rip. They absolutely freaking rip when it comes to rocks. But I think it's just about time to take this thing out and give it a test. I'm super excited. I'm super freaking excited. And actually, I'm going to unequip the trailer because I have a little bit of a trick up my sleeve that I want to try. So now let's go back into the garage and let's grab one of my vehicle trailers, just one of my flat vehicle trailers, bring it outside like a pull behind of some sort, if I can find it. Not my gooseneck, not any of my crazy mega trucks / mud trucks. Just want a, that was a randomized build. Holy smokes. Okay, there's my TC trailer, my enclosed boy. So now this guy is going to get equipped, and let's see, we're going to equip that trailer, and then we're going to throw the Defender into the trailer, and we're going to tow it with the Tundra. So this guy is going into the trailer, and then we're going to grab our Tundra, our blue Tundra that we've been using to tow boats and stuff like that, and then we're going to take it out to one of the custom maps that I feel would be good for testing. So let's see. I do think that this map is a really, really good area as far as like doing some realistic crawling, but I also really like Bumpkin Farms. Like, Bumpkin Farms is a really, really cool, ooh, Twin Rivers Lake. That would be cool. I mean, I see there's some rocks hanging out there. Hey, I'm down for it. Let's head out there. Now, I don't really have much experience of this map, but you know what? I'm totally down for an adventure. I suppose you guys are too. Let's give it a try. Now, let me know in the comment section down below what you built your Defender for and what you've been using it for, and also if you've been using it more as a primary or secondary vehicle, maybe if you've been using it as a monster truck, maybe a mud truck, maybe a trail truck. I mean, that's all up to you, and that's the beauty of this game is that you can literally set up almost any of these trucks for almost any task, really. So let's wait for it to add that mud, and then once it loads up, we'll be good to head out. Beautiful. All right. So we got the Defender in the trailer, and I'm going to throw my all-wheel drive on just so I don't have to really worry about it. Ow. That went well. So what is it? Oh! Somebody's random lake house right here. Okay. I need a road. Maybe this is my random lake house. Yo, look at that! You've got like a little garage underneath the house that's like built into the house. There's like a lodge out there. That's so cool. That is so freaking cool, dude. Wow. All right, let's make our way to where we can find maybe a trail. A trail of some sort. I see rocks out there. I also see some rocks up there. So that might be a better way to go. Might be. I'll go ahead and give this guy an upvote. This place is pretty sick, and I'll go ahead and favorite it too, because I definitely am going to want to come back here. Look at this. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Looks like there may be some trails up here. Maybe. I don't know if there's any trails up here, but you know what? It seems like as good a place as any to unload. So, and especially because if I unload here, I won't have to unload in, like, you know, any super tight areas. So, let me go ahead and get this guy unloaded real quick, and we'll swap over to the Defender. Oh, this thing's gonna be fun. This thing is gonna be super fun. Oh my god, I love it. I love it already. I love the way it looks, dude. Like, this thing looks freaking great. All right, let me move around it with the camera real quick so you guys can get a little bit of a better view. Oh, man, that looks so good. That looks so good. I love that. Oh, my God, I love that. That is so freaking good looking, dude. Wow. Okay. Yep, this is definitely going to be a great trail companion for that Tundra in the future. All right, so we're going to put the lockers on, head out for the trail, and hope that we can find one fairly quickly. I love how there's, like, a gigantic exhaust tip right there by the axle. That'd probably get ripped off really quickly off-road, but I'm not going to worry about it. Hey, okay, yeah, I'm actually really glad that I unloaded back there because, yeah, this would not be a good area to unload. Okay, let's see how long we can stay in high. I mean, it wants us to go this way, so I'm down for it. It's got the grip for it, that's for sure. That's a little steep. Ooh, that short wheelbase putting in work. Look at what it did there. That's amazing. Oh, I definitely like the way we tuned the gearing, especially in low range. Dude, this thing rocks in low range. It absolutely rocks it in low range. And that super short wheelbase helps you to get into areas that you really might not have thought you'd be able to get into before, especially with something that doesn't have, like, gigantic monster tires. This thing, I feel, would be able to hang with some crawlers that have way bigger tires than it does, but, I mean, I feel like it would solely be able to hang with them because of that short wheelbase and the dynamics that it provides. Come on, there you go. Oh my god. Okay, yep, that went well. That's the downside of the short wheelbase, is if you flop it, you flop it pretty good. Come on. Come on. Alright, I don't think she wants to make it up that one. That's a little iffy. Oh, there we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I said that it didn't want to make it up there, but it did. So now I feel like I have to follow through with it. Problem is, it gets so much steeper the further up you go. Yeah, that gets gnarly steep. I don't know if we can do that route, but I definitely think we can do a secondary route for sure. We're also probably pretty... Wow, we're not even that close at all to overheating. Never mind. I figured we were going to be really close to overheating. Dang, that center of gravity, though. It dropped right back down onto its wheels and had no issues at all. I love this rock garden section of the map, by the way. Like, if you want to come out to a map where you can actually, like, do some rock crawling, but also send your boats out and maybe do a little bit of roleplay. This map is genius for that. Absolutely amazing in that regard. Wow, this thing is so good. Okay, yeah, you know, going into this build, I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to like this rig, but now after doing the build on it, I can absolutely say that I love this thing. Absolutely love it. So if you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this build, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.